Hey, Shalom. I'm going to start by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, who taught me this truth through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash. And Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there listening and learning. Hey, this video I'm doing, it's based on, another video that a brother did. This brother, GMS Samak Ephraim 777 Ba. Okay, he made a video dealing with, the small hats, the JOOs, the JEW, and it was an edifying video. And y'all should subscribe to this brother's channel and be edified. But I'm gonna get into it a little more, through the spirit, because the spirit was telling me. He made this video a couple days ago, and then I was watching this other channel that I usually look at from time to time, and they were talking about the same exact thing. So I said, you know what? Let me just go ahead and bring it out. Okay, and this is an article from the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists. Okay, and this is, like the brother said, hey, this is a highly respected source. Okay, and they're going in. Okay, and it's no coincidence that they're going in on this. Okay, and I'm gonna get into it a little later as to why, but we'll read a little bit of the article. It says the U.S. hypocrisy about Israel's nuclear weapons must stop. Okay, and we on the verge of going to war with Iran. Okay, and Iran has never attacked America. Okay, they try to say the Iran-Contra affair and things of that nature, but really, this is all a setup, for future, slander. Okay, because this is how Esau does, right? He'll paint the picture of a boogeyman, and he'll place that in front of you, and he'll build a case around it, right? He'll build this. Basically, he makes a stick man, okay, a boogeyman. And he'll build a case, putting all kind of clay over the top of it. So eventually it becomes something that you're scared of. Okay, and what he's trying to tell you is that, Israel is, focused on trying to destroy them. Which prophecy says in the end that that's going to happen. But, Esau is really forcing it. He's forcing the issue. Okay, and all the while he's trying to stop prophecy. He's trying to stop these Iranians from getting, the nuclear missile. Really, he's digging himself his own hole. All right, but the hypocrisy is that these Israelis, okay, who have been known to terrorize Americans, okay, the USS Liberty, okay, which the Israelis bombed and killed U.S. soldiers. 9/11, okay, where they saw the Israelis dancing and they all got picked up, okay, which they funded. The Israeli Mossad funded that. And also, we have here article, right? And this deals with the JFK murder, okay? And that's why I say it's no coincidence that these stories are coming out, because Donald Trump, he just released the JFK files, okay, whether you know that or not. I know that I didn't make a video about it because I didn't get a chance to look at what exactly was released. All right, but I'm just going to try see if I can bring it up here so we can see, a little bit about what he did release. And he's not going to tell you the whole story. Okay, because the whole story involves the Israelis, okay, the JOOs. Let me see. Okay, so it says right here, all right, this was 2 days ago. The JFK files are out. Trump spills beans, adds 80,000 pages of mystery. Okay, Trump orders thousands of JFK and documents. Okay, and who knows exactly what they say, right? 80,000 pages. I'm not going to read it because I already know what happened, okay? And it's all through the spirit, okay? And this guy knows as well. And this is from the UN's reviews, and it says how Israel killed the Kennedys. All right, and I'm gonna read a little bit of this article. Okay, and it's deep. Matter of fact, let me get a scripture real quick. You know, let me get this one. The oldie but goodie. Okay, it says this is Psalm 64 and 7. It says, "But Yahweh Bashem Yahushua shall shoot at them with the arrow." Okay, and that's that missile. Okay, the Israelis have what, the Arrow 3 missile system. Okay, and these are the Lord's weapons. Okay, and this is what all the fuss is about. Okay, because they know that that's how the Lord's gonna get down. Okay, with that nuclear missile, and they really have no control over it. Okay, they have no control at all, and that's witness to a video that was put out a while back where the news said that during one of their testing of one of these devices, uh, chariots, which the world ignorantly calls UFOs or aliens, took over the controls. Okay, so the Lord is in control of everything here. Okay, and He put it on the minds of these devils to even make this. All right, so it's a vain thing what these devils are trying to do with stopping prophecy, because it ain't gonna happen. All right, and this is why, because the scripture says it. It says, "But Yahweh Bashem Yahushua shall shoot at them with the arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded." So this is gonna happen all suddenly, right? The scriptures say that they should not know from where it comes. Okay, so all this, searching and trying to thwart it, it's already written. But the point is right here. So they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Okay, so these devils, the atomic, what was it? The atomic, uh, the bulletin of atomic scientists. Okay, these are all Edomites, right? Leonard Weiss, Victor Galinsky. Okay, all Edomites. All right, you can see the picture right here on the side. Okay, if you think I'm bullshitting. Matter of fact, these are probably Israelis. Okay, if you look it up. Okay, so hey, Satan's house is divided. Okay, but back to what we were reading over here on, the hypocrisy. Okay, because America is a hypocrite, and giving Israel these missiles. Okay, when Israel was the one, that terrorizes the American citizens. Okay, the Iranians aren't doing that. Okay, not presently. Eventually down the line, Scripture says that they're gonna be partakers in the destruction of this place. Okay, but this is the hypocrisy of it all. Okay, so this says how the Israel killed the Kennedys. Okay, and it says for decades following the 1963 assassination, virtually no suspicion had ever been directed towards Israel. Okay, and why? Why wasn't any suspicion, directed towards them? Okay, because they control the airwaves. Okay, they control the narrative that goes out through the idiot box. Okay, let me get this. So this is Ephesians 2:2. Matter of fact, let me start up. This is 2:1. It says, and you hath he quickened, who were dead in trespasses and sins, whereby, and this was talking about the elect, mind you. It says, wherein in times past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air. Okay, and this is why, these devils have control of the airwaves. Okay, you got Apple computers, okay, with the AirPads and MacBook Air and Nike Air. Okay, this is what the devil controls. Okay, he's a prince of the power of the air. All right, so these Israeli, the synagogue of Satan uses the power that they have. Okay, to influence the minds. Right, that's why you walk according to the course of this world. Okay, because these devils control that. Okay, and when you're dead, you don't understand that. Meaning, you wander out of the way of understanding. All right, and then they're able to deceive you, through, the airwaves. Okay? So it says, where in times past you walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, and the spirit that worketh in the children of disobedience. Okay, so they get you to sin, so they can continue to, have you walking in their paths and destroy, your temple and destroy your mind, and ultimately, have you partakers in that lake of fire, which is America. Okay, when the missiles blow. So it says, for decades following the 1963 assassination, virtually no suspicion have ever been directed toward Israel. Okay, and again, because of their propaganda, their news system. It says, and as a consequence, none of the hundreds or thousands of assassination conspiracy books that appeared during the 60s, 70s, and 80s had hinted at any role for the Mossad, though nearly every other possible culprit, ranging from the Vatican to the Illuminati, came under scrutiny. Okay? So, I remember when I was looking into it, they had, the mob did it, the lone gunman, okay, the Illuminati, okay, but nobody ever pointed a finger at the true culprit, which are the Israelis, okay, the Amalekites. It said Kennedy had received over 80% of the Jewish vote in his 1960 election. American Jews featured very prominently in his White House, and he was greatly lionized by Jewish media figures, celebrities, and intellectuals ranging from New York City to Hollywood and to Ivy League. Moreover, individuals with a Jewish background such as Mark Lane and Edward Epstein have been among the leading early proponents of an assassination conspiracy. Okay? And that goes right along with prophecy. Let me get it. This is Isaiah 47:10. It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. Thou hast said, none seeth me. Okay? And again, okay, these devils feel like if they can put out a school book, or they can control the curriculum in the school and control the things that you see, then they can get away with it. And you know what? They could. Okay? Until you had, the members of the House of David, right? The elect, okay, the prophets come out and expose these devils, man. Okay? And they trusted in that. Okay, but now what are they doing? Hey, they all scrambling. Okay, because they're being uncovered, man. All right? And it's not just the so-called Jewish man. Okay, the American man is the serpent. He's the devil. He works right on with him. The Iranians were working right along with him. The Russians, they all working together. Okay? But when it's time to come to pay the bill, okay, these devils, the rest of these nations, right, that were with him in the Psalms 83 conspiracy, hey, when it's time to pay the bill, they want to sneak out the back door, okay, and leave it on, America's plate, okay, leave it on the small hat of the 1948ers plate, okay, when really they're all involved, okay, but now, when shit gets sticky, they want to renegociate. Well, I don't want to pay this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore, okay, hey, but this is what happens, when the elect are sealed, man. Okay, the destruction comes right along with it. All right, and there's a cartoon I like to play. I'm not gonna play it. Okay, where it shows you that these devils all know. Right. Matter of fact, let me just play it. All right, and I was able to find it. Let's play this, and this is for fair use. Okay, showing you that these devils all work together, and they all now know that we know. Okay.
Shown without a doubt through the aid of the Bible and archaeology that these people who call themselves the children of Israel are snakes and liars. Mushroom stuffed with crab meat. Thanks a lot.
Clearly, the Jews have taken the first step in summoning their Messiah.
The Catholic Church is prepared to weaponize our plutonium. We can have.
There you go. You know, and they know once we wake up, it coincides with what? Weaponizing plutonium. Okay? Nuclear missiles flying. All right, and that's just to prove the point that I was making. Okay, so let's get back to this. Okay. It said they trusted in it, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou sayest none seeth me, thy wisdom and knowledge I have perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am and none else beside me. Okay, so we coming up time doing to pay the bill. All right, hey, and it's getting sticky out here, man. Okay, it's getting sticky. All right, so let's go back to the article, and where we left off was, nobody, you know, had the thought to finger the small hats, okay, the JOOs, the JEWs, the 1948ers, okay, the gutter rats. So it says individuals with Jewish backgrounds such as Mark Lane and Edward Epstein have been among the leading early proponents of an assassination conspiracy, with their controversial theories championed by influential Jewish cultural celebrities such as Mort Shaw and Norman Mailer. Given that the Kennedy administration was widely perceived as pro-Israel, there seemed no possible motive for any Mossad involvement, and bizarre, totally unsubstantiated accusations of such a monumental nature directed against the Jewish state were hardly like to gain traction in an overwhelming pro-Israel publishing industry. Okay, and this is why the Lord said, set them not beside thee. Okay, and this is what they'll do. Okay, they act like they with you, and they care all about you, just so they can have some type of plausible deniability. Like, listen, we were all a part of his cabinet. Why would we want to do that? Okay, but it's gonna go on to tell you why that they did that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read it. Sirach 12:12, set him not by thee, least when he has overthrown thee, he stand in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he take thy seat, and thou shalt remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who shall pity a charmer that is bitten by the serpent, or any such as come not wild beasts? Okay, and this is what happened to Kennedy. Okay, he put these serpents all around him, and he got bit, and nobody pitied him. Okay, because a lot of these insiders, these CIAs, and they know all this. Okay, this ain't nothing new to them. Okay, they know exactly what happened, but they're not gonna pity Kennedy. Okay, because why? They're right along with the so-called Jewish. America is right there along in bed with them. Okay, and America, some people are for you, some people are against you. Okay, but we know that Esau works through fear. Okay, so if these devils were able to kill the president and get away with it, then nobody's gonna speak against them, because they can kill them and get away with it too. All right, and this is why it's the situation that we're at in this world is like that. Okay, and you have a lot of these politicians doing the same thing, right? Seth Rich, he worked for the Clinton administration. He had dirt on them. Hey, they murdered him now and called it suicide. And the list goes on and on. Not just Clinton, Obama, all of them. Okay, this is what happens when you go against the devil, before it's time. Okay, this is what happens when you go against the devil without the protection of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay, you get bit. So back to the article. It says, however, in the early 1900s, highly regarded journalists and researchers began exposing the circumstances surrounding the development of Israel's nuclear weapons arsenal. Okay, it says the 1991 book, The Samson Option. Okay, and we speak about the Samson Option. Okay, matter of fact, let's look that up. Okay, because this is this goes with what we're talking about. Okay, let's look that up. The Samson Option, okay, is Israel. It is, excuse me. The sanction option is Israel's deterrent strategy of massive retaliations with nuclear weapons as a last resort against a country whose military has invaded or destroyed much of Israel. Commenters also have employed the term to refer to situations where non-nuclear, non-Israel actors have threatened conventional weapons retaliation. Okay, this name is reference to the biblical Israelite judge Samson, who pushed apart the pillars of the Philistines' temple, bringing down the roof and killing himself and thousands of Philistines who had captured him. Okay, so these devils are willing to kill themselves in order for Jake not to get it. Okay, and this is what Kennedy was worried about. Okay, Kennedy was worried about you know something like that happening in America and not being able to protect their interests. Okay, because hey, you know, though these devils, are together, really they're divided. Okay, and there's no honor amongst thieves. Okay, and if something happens to the next man, hey, they're just gonna keep on moving. Okay, because this is why these people are devils and serpents. Hey, a serpent will eat his own children, right? Serpents eat their own babies. Okay, matter of fact, let's look that up. Right, so it says, while not common, some snake species, like pythons, have been observed to eat their own offspring in situations of extreme stress or food scarcity, a behavior known as cannibalism. Okay, so these devils are known, these serpents will do that. Okay, and to a larger extent, mostly anybody will do that. Okay, but if these devils are willing to push the button on their own self, hey, don't think that they wouldn't, turn on each other and do what do what's good for the for the whole people. Some kind of little faggoty little valiant little speech that they'll try to put together. To try to convince the people that they did the right thing. Okay, so the Samson option is what they were talking about here. It says Israel's nuclear arsenal and American foreign policy. So this is a book. Okay, and if you're more studious, you might want to look at this book. It says this book describes extreme efforts of the Kennedy administration to force Israel to allow international inspections of its allegedly non-military nuclear reactor at Dimona, and thereby prevent its use in producing nuclear weapons. Okay, so Kennedy, you know, uh, uh, prevented them from making the weapon. It says, although entirely hidden from public awareness at the time, the early 1960s political conflict between American and Israeli governments over nuclear weapons development had represented a top foreign policy priority of the Kennedy administration, which had made nuclear nonproliferation one of its central international initiatives. Okay, and this was during the time of the Cold War, okay, where things were heightened. All right, and these devils knew about the prophecies then. Okay, and they've been trying to stop them ever since. If you go and watch that movie, The Watchmen, okay, that's what that movie is about. And that's a damn good movie. It says it is notable that John McCone, Kennedy's choice as CIA director, had previously served on the Atomic Energy Commission under Eisenhower, being the individual who leaked the fact that Israel was building a nuclear reactor to produce plutonium. It said the pressure and financial aid threats secretly applied to Israel by the Kennedy administration eventually became so severe they led to the resignation of Israel's founding prime minister, David Ben-Gurion, in 1963. It said, but all these efforts were almost entirely halted or reversed once Kennedy was replaced by Johnson in November of that same year. Okay, so they killed Kennedy, and everything that the sanctions and things that he put in place, they were all reversed, and they were able to build, these nuclear bombs and produce the plutonium that they needed. Okay, And this is the hypocrisy that this article is talking about. All right, and it's just going into how and it speaks Kennedy right here. I'm gonna read this paragraph. It says, "Not since Kennedy has a U.S. president tried to rein in Israel's nuclear program. His successor, Lyndon Johnson, did not challenge the Israelis on nuclear issue and covered up Israel's attempt during the 1967 Six-Day War to sink the U.S. spyship Liberty." So again, okay, Israel is known for shooting against its allies. Okay, and this is why they're all concerned. All right, and they very well should be. Okay, because the scriptures say, right? Let me get it. It says in Jeremiah 49 as well as Jeremiah 50. I'll read 49 and 20. Okay, it says, "Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua that he taketh against Edom." Okay, so it's in all Edom's interest, to keep tabs on these Amalekites. Okay, because it says right here that he had purpose against the inhabitants of Teman, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Okay, so they understand that it's going to be Israel that draws them out. So it's in their best interest to keep tabs on Israel. It's in their best interest, to try to make sure Israel lives a good life. Okay, because Amalek is like this spoiled little brat. Okay, that says, "Hey, if you don't give me, if you don't give me the last of this, or if you don't give me this, and you don't give me that, then I'm gonna tell on you, and I'm gonna press the button." And they say, "Man, shut this nigga up, man. Just give him something." Nah. And that's Israel for you. Okay, so they have to do what Israel say because the scriptures say that the least of the flock shall draw them out. Okay, so Israel. This is why, they treat Israel with kid gloves, man. Okay, because they have to. Okay, because all he got to do is just press the button and this whole thing will turn, to DEFCON 5 right before their eyes. Okay, when all they had to do was, give them a couple, $4 or $5 billion. Okay, and send them some food shipments or, whatever the hell else he need. Okay, so he can shut the hell up and they can continue in their enterprise. All right, but it's all coming in naught. Okay, we see here clearly. Okay, these devils, have been found out. Okay, one of the things over the heads that Esau had, Amalek, they call it a sword of Damocles, right? It's a sword over the top of their head that can fall at any time, and the sword has already fell. Okay, Jake now knows that he's Israel. Okay, we know that they're the Edomites. Okay, and the big secret is, the cat's out of the bag, man. The cat's no longer in the cradle, man. All right, and that lion, the lion of Judah is being roused up. Okay, and it's all, thanks to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Okay, and this confederacy, is being broken apart. All right, so I'm gonna end it right there. Lord's will you was edified. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section. I'm gonna end it by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rakakwadash. Shalom.